Letter 4. Do it now. Bad habits can dictate us and determine success or failure. It is easy to develop, but it's difficult to serve. Successfully putting a good idea into practice is more valuable than thinking about 1,000 good ideas at home. December 24th, 1897. Dear John, I always clearly remember the words of intelligent people. A wise man said, well, education covers many aspects, but it does not teach you anything. The wise man showed us a truth. If we do not take action, even the world's most practical, beautiful, and viable philosophy will not work. I have always believed that an opportunity comes from another opportunity, as even the best ideas have flaws. Even if it is a very ordinary plan, if it is actually implemented and developed, it will be much better than a plan that's abandoned halfway, because the former will be carried out consistently, but the latter will have already been given up. So I said that there's no secret to success. To achieve positive results in life, it is of course good to have extraordinary wisdom and a special talent. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you're willing to take active actions, you'll be closer to success. Unfortunately, many people have not remembered the biggest lesson. As a result, they have resulted to mediocrity. If you look at the ordinary people, you'll find that they are all living passively. They always say much better than they do, or even do nothing, but almost often are good at finding excuses. They will find various excuses to procrastinate until they finally prove that this matter should not be, unable to, or is too late to be done. Compared to this kind of person, I seem to be much smarter and cunning. Mr. Gates touted me as an active and spontaneous individual. I'm happy to hear this because I have lived up to it. Positive action is another positive attribute of mine. I never like to talk in vain because I know that there's no result without action. There's nothing in the world that's obtained just from thinking. As long as people are alive, they must consider taking actions. Many people admit that knowledge without experience is useless. But what's even more frustrating is that even if there's knowledge and wisdom, but no action, everything will still empty talk. Action and adequate preparation can actually be seen as two sides of an object. We need to live modestly. Too much preparation but no action at all will only waste eventually. In other words, everything must be done with a limit. We cannot fall into a trap of continuous deliberation and planning, but we must recognize the reality. No matter how detailed the plan is, it cannot accurately predict the final outcome. Of course, I do not deny that planning is very important. It is the first step to achieve favorable results, but planning is not and cannot replace action. Just as playing golf, if you have completed the first hole, you cannot progress. Choose the second hole. Action solves everything. Without action, nothing will happen. We cannot buy foolproof insurance, but what we can do is to make up our minds to fulfill our plan. People who lack action have a bad habit. They like to maintain the status quo and refuse to change. I think there's a good habit that's deceptive and self-destructive because everything is changing. Just as the people who live and die, there's nothing constant. But because of inner fear, the fear of the unknown, Many people resist change. Even if the status quo does not satisfy him, he does not take a step forward. If you look at the people who should have succeeded in their careers but did not, you know that it's not hard to sympathize with them. Yes, everyone will be worried and scared when deciding a huge event and will be faced with a dilemma. But the action groups will use the determination to ignite the sparks in their soul, come up with various ideas to fuel their wishes, and gain the courage to overcome all kinds of difficulties. Many people who lack action are naive and like to sit and wait for things to happen naturally. They naively think that others will care about their affairs. In actual fact, other than yourself, others will not be very interested in them. People are only interested in their own things. For example, in a business, the higher our profit, the more we must take the initiative to act, because the success or failure has little to do with others. They will not care. At this time, I better push it. If we are lazy, retreating, or waiting for others to take initiative to kickstart things, the results will be disappointing. Only by relying on ourselves can a person then not let himself down and increase his chance to control his destiny. Smart people will only make things happen. The most frustrating things in life is that there are too many things to do, but there's not enough time. As a result, just by thinking about the plans, they are unable to carry it out or only imitate themselves. We will end up not accomplishing anything. We must admit, with limited time, no one can complete everything. Smart people know that not all actions will produce good results. Only wise action can bring meaningful results. So smart people will only learn from work that is passive effect in the future, and so only concentrate on the work related that gives the greatest results. Hence, smart people should always make the most valuable contribution and reap a lot of benefit. To eat elephant, you must eat one bite at a time. Same goes to when you are doing something. If you want to accomplish everything in one go, you will only let the opportunity slip away. My motto is that only takes unfair treatment for an emergency. Many people make themselves into a passive person. They want to wait until all conditions are perfect. That is, when the time is right before taking action. Life is an opportunity anytime, but there's almost nothing perfect. Those passive persons have the mediocre life precisely because they must wait for everything to be 100% profitable and perfect safe before doing anything. That's a fool's approach. We must compromise in life to believe that what is in hand is the opportunity we need now, so that we can keep ourselves out of the quagmire of waiting forever before falling to action. We pursue perfection, but it's no absolute perfection in life, only near perfection. If you wait until all conditions are perfect, you can only wait forever, and the opportunity will be given to others. Those who must wait until everything has been prepared will never leave home. To become a kinder person who will do it now, you must stop daydreaming and to always think of the present and start doing it now. Sentences such as tomorrow, next week, and future have the same meaning as can never be done. Everything have a time when they lose confidence and the doubts on their abilities, especially in adversity. But people who really understand the art of action can overcome it with strong perseverance. They will tell themselves that everyone has failures and will fail miserably, they will tell themselves no matter how much preparation they have made and how long they think before they do it, will inevitably make mistakes. However, a passive person do not regard failure as an opportunity for the learning and growth, as they are always admonishing themselves. Perhaps I really can do it, so that's why I have lost my eagerness to participate in future activities. Many people want their wishes to come true, but regard it as a lie. It's a good idea to buy a dozen for a dime. The initial idea is just the beginning of the series of moves, and then comes the second stage of preparation, planning, and third stage of action. There is never a shortage of people whose their ideas they are worked, but there are very few people who know how to successfully implement a good idea, which is more valuable than thinking about thousands of good times at home. The real basis people judge our ability is not how much we have in our head, but our actions. People just down to earth people. They will think, this person dares to say and do, he must know what the best course of the action is. I haven't heard anything being praised for not disturbing others, not acting, and having to wait for someone else to order things. These peoples in the business sector, government, military are very capable and willing people who are 100% active. Those who stand on the sidelines and do nothing will never be leaders. Whether it's automatic, spontaneous, or the passive person, it is a habit. Habits are like ropes. We spin a rope every day, and finally it's too thick to break. The ropes of habit either lead us to the peak or lead us to the trough. It depends on whether our habits are good or bad. Bad habits can dictate us and determine success or failure. It's easy to develop, but it's difficult to serve. Good habits are difficult to develop, but they are very to maintain. To have habits of doing now, the most important thing is to have the proactive spirit, get rid of the habit of being distracted, be determined to be a person of initiative, be courageous in doing things. Don't wait until everything is ready. There will never be absolute perfection. Cultivating the habits of the action do not require special wisdom or special skills. You only need to work hard to let good habits bloom in life. Some life is great battle. To win, you need to add again, add forever. In this way, your safety can be guaranteed. Merry Christmas. I think there's no better Christmas present than this letter to you at this time. Love, your father.